Yes, people, welcome back to another episode of Real Ball Talk. Feels like it's been a minute, always does with international break, but we're back. We're back in the flesh. What are you telling me, Jalil?
Yeah, man, good to be back, man. Good to be back. Ready to predict some stuff, man. We ain't done this for. I feel like we ain't been around for a bit, man. It feels like a while, isn't it? But yeah, no, it's good to see you boys, man, looking healthy and that. Let's get into it, man.
Yeah, man, no, 100. It feels like it's been a minute. What are you telling me, Rash, man? You're glowing down there.
Yeah. Trying it. but yeah. You know, tone's all good over here. You know what I'm saying? It's Friday, best day of the week. There, Juma, you know, happy to be here. Glad to be back. You know what I mean? It has been a minute. It feels like it's been forever. But you know what I'm trying to say? Let's get into it today. I'm happy that we're back, man.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. And last but not least, what are you telling me, Jeff?
All good, man. Yeah, it's been a while. A lot's happened in the football world, even though there's been international break. So let's talk about it, man.
Yeah, man, 100%. I think we're gonna start off our prediction with looking at Newcastle Spurs. Now, usually probably wouldn't start off with this one, but you know, we know what happened during the international break. Newcastle finally got taken over by the Saudi Arabia Public Investment Fund. According to multiple reports, they're worth about 320 billion, which is like 10 times or more than the next man, which is Man City's owners. And we know what they did when they took over. So we've seen all the memes since then of Newcastle's 11 in 2022 with Mbappe, Ronaldo, and Messi, and all them, man. It's about to get mad, I think, in Newcastle, because we all know, I think Newcastle have always had that fan base there. St. James's Park always been rocking, even when they were championship. So now they've actually got and it's a good city for nightlife too. So given all that, I think they've definitely got potential to attract a lot of players. So what are you telling me, Jalil? Like, how are you feeling about this? Because obviously the team that a lot of people have been joking about is going to get overtaken first is Arsenal and Spurs. So what are you saying, man? Are you scared of Newcastle coming up? What are you telling me?
No, man. No, I'm not that worried at the moment. Things take time. The thing is, I feel like Newcastle, I see them celebrating, man. Some of them are very disrespectful, but some of them are just trying to have a good time and that. But at the end of the day, they're happy and something's happened. But I see it like this year, with the City situation as well, right? Look how long it actually took them to do business after that change. Do you know what I mean? Still took them like a couple of years in that. For me, Newcastle, don't get me wrong, they're gonna be up there and do the business and that, but everything takes time. Am I worried about them taking Arsenal? Nah, not really, because back in the day, when teams were spending money, you still had like teams like Leicester winning. You know, there's a possibility. Do you know what I mean? You had teams like, I don't know, Chelsea winning, but obviously they had money. They've got money and that. So yeah, Newcastle getting money. Am I scared? Not really, man. It's gonna take them time to gel. And sometimes, I'll be honest, money ain't everything. Sometimes it don't work if you don't spend in the right places to get it. Like, so I need to spend too much time on it, man, because I don't really understand how the whole situation, but I understand how happy they are, if that makes sense. But are they going to overtake Arsenal? Yeah, if it does happen, you're looking at 5 to 10 years, man, maybe 7 years, but it's not going to happen anytime soon, so I'm not that stressed.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, there's financial fair play, which is the only difference to when Man City's owners took over, because Man City's owners took over and done a madness pretty much the day they took over in terms of the bids they were throwing around. But obviously, we know there's ways you can work around that. So, Rash, like, what do you think about this? Like, how quickly do you think Newcastle can make themselves a challenger for top 4? Because that's the first thing they'll be aiming for. How quickly can they do that, do you think?
How quickly can they be top 4? I'll say it might take a few seasons, to be honest. I don't think it will happen right away unless they get a terrific manager in there that's got brilliant coaching staff and is highly organized. But in reality, I think that the fair play thing is not even going to be an issue, because Newcastle, even though Mike Ashley, he wasn't a very good owner. I mean, he you know, he's got a very bad reputation from his other businesses and so on. But one thing that he did do is what he kept Newcastle out of debt, and they were in profits, and they're constantly been in profits for years. So the fair play, I mean, it says that they can actually spend up to 500 million before fair play even gets involved, and they would only need to get involved if over the next few years after spending 500 million that they don't gain any profits, which is impossible because there's going to be ticket sales, shirt sales, and so on and like that. So fair play is not going to be an issue for Newcastle, I reckon, for the next 6 to 7 years before they're even thinking about something like that. So how quick can they get into the race is the question. Okay, Newcastle is a big club. It has a very massive fan base. The Geordie fan base are actually a fantastic fan base. Actually, they follow their club through the highs and lows, and they actually deserve something like this because they've had to put up with a lot for a long time, and to finally have a chance to bring their club to the heights of the days of, when Shearer was there, Les Ferdinand, David Ginola, Asprilla, and these sort of players when they were really challenging for the title. This is what they're kind of looking forward to. So it's going to be good to see, and it's going to be good to observe how other clubs deal with their circumstances, even in regards to Arsenal's situation. They've been offered many offers for the club to be sold. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And with takeovers such as this, it might have Conky scratching his head and saying, I can make quite a bit of peas if these guys are really interested in this, because the Saudi Arabia investment group, they're trying to fix their reputation. Do you know what I mean? Trying to make people believe that, take the focus away from things like human rights and all these things like that, and let them know that they can be a part of this, the community, the wider sporting community. And so they're going to be looking to do some heavy investment, especially in the Premier League. So who knows what's going to happen over the next few years in regards to that. But this is good for Newcastle. I think they'll be able to be contenders within about 3 seasons.
No, I agree. I didn't know that thing about they can spend up to 500 million before financial fair play even gets in. I mean, that's a huge sum of money if used appropriately. But you have
to remember as well, though, they're not just going to be throwing it into players. They're going to be looking to build up their structures, their youth team, the academies, all the other training facilities. They're looking to do a full restructure. If you listen to what they were saying, so I mean, it's I think it might be a gradual thing anyway. It's not going to happen instantaneously.
Yeah, it's a bit like the Man City round that way, because the Man City owners did also do that for their trading and everything else. So that's a great point too. So in that case, all right, Jeff, coming to you then. Rash mentioned, the Newcastle fans. This is probably we will probably want to see Newcastle do well. I think Newcastle's a club that most people like. Obviously, that's the case for now. When they actually start winning things might change, because that's usually what happens. But who do we think they should target as a manager? And second question, and I'll come to you first, but I want to ask everybody else first. Who's going to be that first world-class player that does a Robinho and jumps ship and goes Newcastle?
In terms of the manager, they're looking at the ex-Monaco guy, innit? So what's his name? Campos. Campos.
Okay, interesting.
So Steve Bruce is taking this game. We don't know how long he's going to be there for. I'm gonna guess not more than 3 games. Then he'll be gone. But it's looking like he's their first choice. Eddie Howe could be another one which we could have a chance to come back into management. That's a good job for him. And then even a Van Gaal or someone who's got some know-how, like got a good network, like someone like that. Like they got different options of where they want to go, like in terms of like instant success or like build it up. And to be fair, like it could happen quicker than City or Chelsea. It's maybe not Chelsea, because Chelsea maybe took a year or 2 before they won the league. But maybe a City, because they've seen all of their mistakes and they can kind of like learn from that whilst building their team. But like player wise, because who did City buy first? They bought Robinho and Elano first, right?
Yeah, them two,
That Robinho one, that was literally an anomaly. I don't think they're going to get a player who's on the cusp of greatness at that age now, personally. I think they may start with like Premier League established players. So people like Zaha, who've been wanting to go for a while and they didn't get their move. He could go. Ward-Prowse, people like that. They could build a good core, spend 100 mil or something in January, and then maybe they target like the Atalantas, the Sevillas, that the teams who are good outside of the Prem, got some good players, make Champions League, like European football, still a couple of their players, build that core, and then go for their big player. I think that could work. Because I don't know, like the only player that's worth keeping for them right now in their team is probably St. Maximin, right? Like, and maybe Willock because they spent money on him.
And Wilson. I think Wilson's all right. So.
Yeah, Wilson for now, yeah. Wilson for now. For now, yeah.
Premier League proven he can score some goals. In 3 years, I don't expect to see him playing though. But for like the next year or so, yeah, you might be right. Like maybe he can play. But there are a lot of those people, like they're probably gonna go like in the next year. But yeah, I think if they take that Premier League approach and then like them other European leagues, like the teams that make Europe, and then a big player, they're onto something, I think.
Yeah. I mean, those are great points. I think that way of going about it, I mean, going down the poaching players from the likes of Atalanta, Sevilla, them type of teams that have ballers. Like one guy that's coming up now is that Villarreal winger that ripped United, that Dan Juma fella, who plays for Holland. He's been ripping it up recently. But yeah, I think at the moment only St. Maximin is really assured of a place, I think, in Newcastle for the next 2-3 years, I think. But yeah, like Jalil, like what do you think? Do you think there's any world-class player out there that might say, you know what, let me be the first guy to go Newcastle?
I think there's a list of them, but I think I've got to agree with Jeff. Zaha's been looking to kick rocks for a while. But I'm just thinking with Zaha, I think it will be a good fit for him, but then I feel like he might get washed out by someone else, bigger name that comes in, if that makes sense. What big names out there that's looking to go? I reckon they can get a big English guy. Do you know what? I was thinking this the other day, and I was kind of like beating myself up, like.
Don't say it. Who's thinking of it?
He's not world class. Chill. He's not world class. He will get there one day, God willing. But I'm thinking like players like Smith Rowe and them man will cut, well, for teams like this.
Okay. West Smith Rowe. Okay, I thought you were going to go Harry Kane.
It sounds crazy, but with you know the new overtake, they know people are going to come in for projects. They're going to start going for the youngsters who they know they can adapt and stuff. So people like Vinicius Jr., you might see as well in about 2-3 years. Like you might just start to see big names come true, like them guys who are doing the business and that. So world class right now, Haaland. I don't know, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Whoa! That'll be mad.
It's wild, but they will see the project, they'll see the money, and they'll see that they're going to be the new Man City. Like, why would I not go there? But Bellingham as well, I can see him coming back doing the business.
Bellingham's not a bad move, shout.
Yeah, obviously once Sancho flops at United as he's doing, he might have to go there as well. I'm playing. A little shot at United there. But, yeah, man, there's names, man. There's names out there, man. I don't know who wouldn't want to be in a project like this when you see what City's done and what Chelsea's done. I don't know what superstar. Once you see one name go, you're gonna roll with it. Like you're gonna be like, okay, cool. Yeah. They're serious about my man. I'm going as well. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know. I think they'll go after some youngsters as well and start building. And they'll go after some big dogs as well. But once one of them comes through, you should start to expect a few more. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, once the first one comes through, like remember Robinho going City, then the year after they got Adebayor, Kolo Toure. After that, they got Tevez,
Benjani,
Yaya Toure, yeah, and then David Silva came. And by that point, it was done, innit? Like once people like Yaya and David Silva are coming, it's over. It's over.
It took 3 seasons, didn't it? It took 3 seasons from the takeover for them to win their first title. So it could be something quite similar if they acquire the right players. But I think, you know, the boy Kane wants to leave. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
That's what I was thinking. Jalil was saying.
And he could follow in the footsteps of Alan Shearer. You know, he went there. He's England's #1 goal scorer. Do you know what I'm trying to say? He's kind of taken over that kind of status. Harry Kane at a dripped up Newcastle ain't too bad. Do you know what I'm trying to say? If a Zaha goes over, Sterling's trying to find game time too. He said if there is any club that's willing to give him lots of game time, he'll be considering it. Do you know what I mean? He was saying abroad, but why go abroad when you can be in the country that you live in, that you know, the league that you know, and you can get paid very well. Do you know what I mean? So I reckon if these players, the British players, go over there, it could be a great poster for some pulling power. Do you know what I mean? And the season after that could be impressive.
Yeah, I actually like the idea of Sterling at Newcastle. I like. I think that could be. I think that might be a good move for him.
Imagine Sterling and Zaha.
But Sterling's still 26, isn't it? So he's still
Young.
a couple years time. He's still young enough where he can spend a couple of years there, 28, get them established, and you know Sterling's done the league titles thing. You know what I'm saying? Like he could almost like build a little bit of a legacy for himself at Newcastle, because I don't feel like he's ever had that love at Man City. I just feel like maybe in this country he just can't. He'll never get the love he deserves, but maybe at Newcastle he might.
At this point. Yeah, like it's evident at this point he's never gonna get the love that he should, because he's still one of the best wingers. But it's just that people just look at him and just like, it's only Sterling. But honestly, like he does more than a lot of our like players. So I don't know.
I think they had something where at the Euros, I think even though he was England's best player for the last 4 games, him and Harry Kane, he had 78% more abuse than Harry Kane. That says it all, innit? We know what Harry Kane played like at the Euros, so
dodgy.
Yeah, so we know what that's about. But anyway,
actually,
man,
I got one question for you, though. Yeah. Do you think this changes the Prem forever?
Ooh.
Because in terms of the owners, like City got it, but these owners are linked. Like there's like some documentary on Netflix, and apparently they had something to do with an assassination of somebody. So people were saying this is like sports washing.
Yeah,
and then we're gonna go and see games over in Qatar. Like, and you see how like NFL has like Super Bowl games.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be the same. Like Premier League games are gonna be in like Qatar. See how they use like Goldberg and him, man. Like Goldberg's like 60. Like Goldberg's like 62. He's still wrestling in Saudi Arabia.
That's Louise, bro. Louise.
Well, like Goldberg, you know, bring him up still. But yeah, man, I think it might change the Prem forever. Yeah, especially if Newcastle do well. It might still. I can't lie.
Actually, Fatty as well. Him. That's the way I was thinking about as well. He could potentially go to Newcastle as well.
They get him first.
Do you know why? I see that. Yeah, I know he's on mad with his scores, especially with that number he got off Messi. But he was one of the people that I was thinking about who could potentially be making a trip across the pond and all. But I think the money, I think they can splash out in that, and he's one of the ones for the future as well. Well, for me, I think he's one for the future. So
he is.
You never know. You will never know, man.
Yeah, you never know, man. But listen, man, let's get into the predictions for the game. Let me read our comment from Falak. Big up Falak saying, "What's good, guys? Been a long time, gentlemen. Big up John, Jalil, Jeff, and the best for last, Rash. Big up Rash, man. Always getting love from Falak. Hey, Falak, man, we're jealous out here, man.
You got Falak.
Always jealous.
Always getting love, and you can't spell my name right, Falak. Expect more from you, man.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that. Hey, come on, it's all love out here. How we feeling about the weekend? Hey, it depends, man. It depends. If you're talking about Arsenal, then that's Monday, isn't it, boy? But yeah, man. All right, predictions. Newcastle Spurs. Jalil, what are you telling me?
Newcastle Spurs. Yeah, man. Spurs needs to come back. I think Harry Kane's had a bit of a rest as well. I know he had international duties ahead. Didn't really play too well in that for me. Is he washed? No. He's still got time to come back and do the business. So still got Son though. So I'm gonna go. Do you want predictions now? Yeah. Yeah. Straight. So I'm gonna say who's at home?
Newcastle.
Newcastle's 3-1 Spurs.
Okay. Rush.
So I think based on the fact of what the rumours that was coming out of the Spurs dressing room, that they're not really feeling Nuno's tactics or really gelling the way that they want him to. And some of the guys have actually aired it. Some have come and said, no, everything's all good. But I just think that they're not fully established the way Nuno wants them to be at this precise moment. And I think Newcastle, riding the momentum of the new takeover and the fans that will be there this weekend, I think they're going to pull out the victory and win 2-1.
Yeah, I'm going 2-1 as well for those same reasons. Newcastle. Jeff, what are you saying?
I think I'll go 2-1 Spurs. I think,
Spurs.
yeah, this may be like Bruce's last game. I know they gave him this game just, I guess, to give him it, but I think, yeah, this will be his final one.
Yeah, I think it's his 1,000th game as a manager. So
Yeah, 1,000. Yeah,
that might be why.
That literally might be why. So fair play to him. That's a big
Big up,
milestone,
Steve Bruce.
Salute, man.
Big up,
The management
Bruce,
a long time.
He has, man. He has. But yeah, man. All right, let's move on. Monday night, Arsenal taking on Palace. Vieira coming back to the Emirates to take on Arsenal. I think that the sides are like 1 point between them. Both started off pretty shaky, but have been on a decent run of form over the last few games. So it should actually be a good match. Obviously, a lot of people have said Vieira maybe should have been appointed at Arsenal over Arteta. So there's going to be that subplot to the whole game as well. Zaha, obviously, every time he comes to Arsenal now, he wants to turn up because we signed Pepe instead. So there's a lot of subplots to this. Well, Gillo, what are you telling me? How are you feeling for this game, man? What are you saying?
I'm feeling quite excited for it, man. Number one, I'm going to be there. So should be a good one, man. I love these London derbies. You can see a lot of guys you know as well when it could turn into a bantering chest, win or lose. So regardless, it's going to be a good outcome. Regardless of that, I would like to come away with the win, and a very convincing win, and a good defense display and a good attacking display if possible, man. That would be my dream for that day, man. But Vieira's coming back, man. The two former Arsenal captains is good to see, man. When you see that handshake, I think I might drop a tear, but there might be something in my eye. It's a bit dusty in that stadium. Do you get what I'm saying? It's good to see. It's good to see one of your heroes come back to the stadium. I know he's against us, but he's still got something to prove as a manager, because there was a lot of stuff out there saying that he didn't do too well in America when he was doing the business. So they would like to see that. They don't think this is the right position for him, or he's not ready yet. But he's ready, man. He's got some good tactics. He's got some good guys playing. He made some good signings and all, man. He's made some good signings, man. So it'll be a battle. I don't think it's not going to be an easy game for us, because what we know from Palace is they like to attack, man. You know what Zaha's like in them wings, bro. He's probably going to be on the left wing, so Tommy's going to have to go up against him, man. And we saw what Tommy did the other week, man. He found it hard against Brighton, man, and that wasn't good to see. But again, I'm not going to judge you off one game when you've had 3 good games in a row. No, not really, man. We know it's going to be hard, so this is probably going to be a bigger challenge than that, playing in the rain. They said he didn't play in the rain before, so he's not used to the ball being slippery and stuff. He's not used to all this. But now, man, you're in England now, man. You've got to adapt and that. You get what I'm saying? But all that stuff is what Bellerin used to say, and look where he is. He wants to stay in the nice sunshine in Spain now. To get what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, we got to do the business, man. We got to do the business 100%. What am I going for? Is the question. Any injuries? Any injuries in the cards, boys? Anyone know about any injuries? Anyone out?
No, only Xhaka. That's it.
Yeah, everyone else is fit.
Yeah, everyone else is fit.
No, Saka, we're going to lose. Now I'm playing.
He's back in January, I think.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless Wilshere comes back and covers him.
Do you guys actually think he's coming back into the team?
Nah, not at all.
He's there to do his badges, and that's it, man.
Yeah, but remember Saka and Arteta did their badges while they were playing as well. They're going to put with the guys.
That's when they were contracted.
No, but realistically, I saw something for them. Realistically, for you to be at a club while doing your badges, you kind of have to have a contract somewhere.
No, but you should have heard. You should have heard about I don't know if you heard the interview when Arteta was asked about it, and the way that he responded was like, "Yes, we see him. He's around the club. He's here. He's there.
Oh, them ones.
Sometimes he trains with us. Sometimes he's with the youth. You know, we're just happy that he's around and we can see him and stuff like that. There was no, we've got intentions of him breaking into the first club or anything.
Put it this way: if we get a lot of injuries, maybe, but. I don't think so. Like,
for him to come on the pitch and then get injured, it would be sweet.
Yeah, literally.
I thought we should have kept him, but you can't bring him back after you released him. Like even if he is better than a lot of players, just sends a wrong message. I think.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Yes, I'm gonna go clean sheet 2-0 Arsenal.
2-0. All right, Jalal's going convincing. Rash, what were you saying? Because obviously Jalil made a good point there. Like Palace have made some good signings. That Conor Gallagher, he's playing well for them. The centre back they got from Chelsea, I always struggle to pronounce his name, but he's been decent for them as well. Is Eze back?
Eze's back in training though.
He's training.
Yeah, I saw some.
He's a player still. I like Eze still.
That's quick, man.
Eze still.
Yeah.
I like him, but he's not going to be fully fit, so he's not going to start.
No, not at all.
And obviously, Edouard, he had the 2 goals against Spurs, but he hasn't really done much since then. But he's still more of a threat than Benteke. So they've got some good players, so they could cause us problems for sure. What you said, he has confidence, Jalil.
Well, this is the Rash derby because 2 of my boys playing together. Do you know what I mean? So if obviously I want Arsenal to get the victory, but if they don't and Palace get it, it won't hurt. You know what I'm trying to say? I'll be happy for them. I'm happy for Vieira as well because I'm really rooting for him. It'll be good to see him back at Emirates and see the ovation that he's going to get because I know he's going to get a standing ovation. It's they asked Arteta the question, do they think it's too soon for Vieira to manage a club like Crystal Palace? And I was like, that's an ironic question that you're asking this guy who hasn't managed anyone and then comes to the big Arsenal, you know what I mean? So both managers will probably have something to prove against each other. A little rivalry, even if they say there isn't one. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Arteta hoping to get the victory because many people were shouting Vieira should have had the job. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So he wants to prove, look, you got the right man. Don't disrespect Vieira. If he takes a share of the spoils, then it will be a kind of thing where Arteta might bear the burden of fans on his back again. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So this is an important game. You know, Arsenal Palace games are usually quite gritty. They're difficult games. Palace get a result. Arsenal get a result. I think last time we got a result, I think we put 3 past them. But I'm going to go just because it's at the Emirates, and I just feel like Arsenal are beginning to come into a flow, and with Arteta getting manager of the month, we've got Partey in the centre looking very good as well. Do you know what I mean? The defence is looking good. 3 clean sheets out of 4. You know, I think Arsenal might have enough just to take it. I think the boys up front might turn up. I think it'll be 3-1 Arsenal.
Okay, 3-1 Arsenal. Jeff, what are you saying, man? Like, what for you? Like, what are the key matchups in this game? Obviously, Zaha against Tomiyasu's won. Tomiyasu did struggle in the last game against, I think, Cucurella for Brighton. That was a tough matchup for him. That guy was good, though. To be fair, he was a threat, very direct. But yeah, what else do you see in this game like as being key to the result? And then, like, same as them. How do you see it panning out?
I think how we deal with Edouard will be interesting if he starts, because he's like a on the floor kind of play. He's not in the air, so that's something Ben White is better at. And I guess Gabriel is better against people in the air. So just be interesting to see how those two will deal with him, and if Zaha like comes in field, like how are we gonna deal with that? Like how are we gonna transition? Like what's gonna happen? I think those are the main ones. Their midfield, we should, on paper, do better. Like we should control the midfield because they don't really have the best of centre midfielders like James McArthur. And
Milivojevic.
yeah, I can never say that guy's name, but
Yeah.
him. Yes, the Gallagher kid, he does look good, very good. He's going to be busy. He's going to cause problems. Yeah, again, it sounds weird, but because Xhaka not playing, he's the most defensive-minded. He holds the team back and helps the team all at the same time. Like I say all the time. So, like, I don't know how we're gonna do like defensively, like against someone like him, because he's just busy. Like, he just runs around all day. That Gallagher kid never gets tired. So I don't know if maybe Maitland-Niles will play and the Congo might not play, just to try and make it.
Imagine the Congo and Partey in the middle would be all right.
It'd be good on the ball, but off the ball would be tough. Just because that kid is busy, man, and
yeah, he is.
They're better on the ball. Like Partey's like strange. Like, he's not really a defensive mid. He's like a centre mid. So yeah, I'll say those are the main matchups. But I think we win. I don't think it's going to be a comfortable win. I think it's going to be like 2-1, and I think Palace are going to come at us a lot though. Like Zaha is gonna cause a lot of problems because like no matter what you feel about him and his attitude and whatnot, he's very, very good, man, on the ball.
He's a threat.
He can take you on when he feels like taking you on. Like if he's in the mood, he can distress you, and he's distressed us many times. So, big game for Tomiyasu, man. Let's hope he continues to, do well. I know the last game was a test, but hopefully he can control Zaha a bit.
I think the last game was kind of just like a welcome to the Premier League. In reality, he had a dream start, but that was the reality hit. You know what I mean? Palace ain't no joke afterwards.
Yeah, in a way, it's good in a way. It's almost good that the game after that he's tested immediately straight away, because then you can kind of get into a room of understand that you got to turn up every week in the Prem. You know what I'm saying? At least turn up with the right mindset every week. You're not going to play well every week. That's literally impossible. But you turn up with the right mindset. That's the most important thing. I've actually got 2-1 as well. I think Arsenal will win this because Arsenal are at home, and for Arteta, it'll be a big win if he does get it. It'll be interesting to see who scores. Aubameyang might get a goal, I think, this game. But I think it'll be a good game, actually. So actually a good game to have on a Monday night. Usually the Monday night games kind of suck this year, but it'd be shocking. But I think it'll be good. It'll be a good game, man. But so I think we've all got Arsenal win. Let me read out some of the comments. Big up CJ. Hope you're good, my bro. Saying interesting one. I could genuinely see it going either way. Arsenal got a better squad, but with a gift that keeps on giving, we know what it's like when ex-players come against us. 100%, man. We know Vieira, he's going to be coming with a game plan, and I think he will come and attack us 100%. So that will be interesting, and it'll be nice actually to see Vieira get a good ovation at the Emirates, because obviously he left Arsenal, and I think he never really had a proper chance to come back afterwards. I think he came back the year after with Juve in the Champions League, but that was like a huge Champions League match, so we were never going to give him a proper. That was just a rivalry game that we just had to win that. And I remember, I think Fabregas balled out that game, Henry balled out. But it'll be nice for him because Vieira's low-key slept on in the all-time rankings. People forget how beast of a player.
He's the first Yaya Toure.
Facts.
Yeah. Vieira was actually a beast, I can't lie. He's slept on still. But man. And big up YL saying you cover Liverpool yet. Not yet, bro. We're getting onto them soon. Don't worry. But man, let's move on quickly to Leicester versus Man United. A big game, actually, for both teams. Leicester have struggled under the radar this year. No one really talking about them. I think they've got like 8 or 9 points from their first 7 games, which is not good. I don't think they've had the hardest fixtures as well. I know they've played City, but I don't think they've had a set of fixtures to justify that poor start. So Yonchu's not playing well for them, etc., etc. Fofana's ankle break has been held them back big time. And then obviously United, they ended the previous set of games in bad form. Loads of questions about Ole not starting Ronaldo, all this. And yeah, there's a lot of questions around both teams at the moment. Huge game, I think, for both managers, especially Solskjaer. So, Jalil, what are you saying? It's at Leicester Stadium. Now, what are your thoughts on the game? How are you feeling?
Yeah, man. It's not the same Leicester, is it? Let's be real, man. They ain't been playing that well. Let's be real, man. They've been slacking at the back, man. What's the Turkish fella? He played so well last year. What's that?
Soyuncu.
But he played so well last year, and I think he had an okay Euros and that. But like now, he's just like he's getting beaten in the air. I watched him in I think it was the Europa League. He got beaten. Like gets beaten easily. Everyone gets popped. I'm not gonna say he don't get popped. So I can't even bring that up. But he just doesn't look as confident. You know, when he's passing, he passes back to the keeper, puts him into a bit of danger. And this was one of the up and coming centre backs, man. So for me, they're leaking because of him. I've got to put all the blame on him, man. They're leaking because of him, man. He's not been active, man. I've got to put the blame on someone, and it's got to be him, man. I'm not going to blame Rodgers and that. Attacking wise as well, it's been a bit hard to watch, but Vardy's still there, taunting the fans. So it's still, regardless you win 1-1, if he's there to score and then tap it in, I don't give a crap. Obviously, he can do against Crystal Palace. Remember that? That was
Vardy's a shit house, bro.
Yeah. You love it. You love to see it, man. You love to see it, man. I wish there was more players like that who's giving it, man. It's good to see. I mean, obviously not to Arsenal, man. Lingard, he could have caught one. If I saw him on the do you know what I'm saying? Calling up the Emirates your dancer, like, that's my own. Chill out, fam. That's my backyard.
The new walk at the Emirates, fam.
Yeah, man. No, big him up though, man. Big up Lingard, man. He does his thing. Yeah, it's hard to say, man, because I do think United will win. I still feel like they've got a lot in them, even if they do start Fred and McTominay in the base of midfield. I still think they got a lot in there. Yeah, man. Regardless of what's going on, man, United are still a strong team. So, Maguire back yet?
Nah, Maguire and Varane are both out.
So what? Bailly Lindelof. Okay, that changes everything. You see, that changes everything. Changes everything.
The game.
And we've seen Vardy and Bailly have battles, man. Scrappy battles. That's good to watch. Oh, man. Let me just say it, man. I'm going to go 2-2, man. Because I didn't know that they were both out. Yeah, there's no real leadership for me in that back. You've got a beast who needs controlling to say, come back, relax and stuff. And you've got a pretty boy like Lindelof, no homo. Just doing a bit so he's not strong enough, in my opinion. I don't see him as a leader. If there's no leader in the back, how are you supposed to... Yeah, it's not good. It's not strong enough for me, man. It's not strong enough for me. I'm going to go 2-2. I don't think they'll lose, but yeah, 2-2.
Yeah. So you got 2-2. Yeah, Rash, what are you saying, man? What are you saying about the game? Obviously, big news for United. Their two first choice centre backs both out. They're not in a good run of form. What are we saying?
Might be a blessing in disguise. I think Lindelof is a very good defender. I think he's probably one of the better ones out of the ones that are there, actually. And Bailly, I think Bailly is brilliant. I think he's a brilliant defender. I think he's brilliant on the ball. It's unfortunate that he has so many injuries, but if he can keep himself like level-headed, which he has been the last few times that he has been playing, and if he cannot get injured, I think he will do well this weekend. Didn't know that he was playing, but now I do. I've actually put United to win 2-0 over Leicester, and Leicester haven't really been performing lately. I think Maddison hasn't found his form yet. Iheanacho hasn't recaptured the form of last season yet. Tielemans is having an odd good game here, bad game there, good game here, and even sometimes in the same game you have a great moment and then a really, really poor moment as well. So at the moment I think they're struggling for consistency. I think United are gonna be riding on their current form, even though it hasn't been brilliant recently. They haven't been losing, they've been winning, they've been getting victories or drawing and so forth like that. I think this is the type of game for Ronaldo to get in behind. I think he'll be able to do so at Leicester. I think a couple other players might get a chance to shine as well. You might see a start in Sancho or something like that. I just think United will take it. I think it's United.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see. What are you gonna say, Joe?
So I was like, just by play, you think they'll keep a clean sheet?
Yeah, I think they're gonna keep a clean sheet. And you know what? The gay ain't been playing bad this season. Actually,
Yeah,
I mean,
fair.
he saved his first penalty in like 25 years, didn't he? Do you know what I'm saying?
Pretty good this year, I can't lie.
Yeah, he's kind of found his form. So yeah, I think with them in front of him and a good midfield, I mean, they got class Fred in the midfield. They got class
Yeah.
McTominay in the midfield. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, these are the gates. You can't get through those gates. Are you
My
mad?
only thing is, yeah.
I said
My only thing is, if by
He will break up the play. He will break up the play. He
He
might
will,
do
he will,
nothing.
he will,
He might
he
do
will.
nothing afterwards, but he will break up the play.
yeah,
and then lose it again. But my thing is, yeah, with Bailly, yeah, for example, I don't know who else they got because I don't really watch United like that. But if he gets injured, because you know he's injury prone, especially with that battle.
Yeah, no, then they're pissed. Then they're pissed.
Who else is there? McTominay has to sit. McTominay had to do it before, so he might have to go centre back.
Yeah,
No.
it might actually have to be McTominay.
Think then that's when you see United's little dip in the season. Every club has a small dip in the season. If that happens, that will be United's.
Yeah, that'll be bad if it happens. But at the same time, Varane the last couple of years haven't exactly been 100% bulletproof. And regardless of that, CJ's right. Phil Jones.
Oh
So
my God.
yeah.
Oi.
Philip Jones.
Wait, he's still there.
Still
Yeah, bro. He's
Still
got 2
there.
years left.
What?
You know what? Yeah, I don't even want to talk about Phil Jones too much. I've been seeing the articles he's been doing recently, talking about all the social media stuff.
Nah, he's
But I
trying,
ain't
man.
gonna get on too much. You know what I'm saying? So
Listen.
I'm going for a rough time, innit?
It's crazy, but I even saw it's crazy. It's funny because we're speaking about Newcastle earlier on, but I saw some things about Van der Beek and Martial possibly going over to them side, over to Newcastle as well.
I can see
That
that.
would actually be good. That would be good moves for both of them, probably.
I think Van der Beek is open probably to move anywhere at this point.
Yeah, literally.
Trust
It's,
me.
Jesus,
Literally.
what disrespect.
Can he guarantee game time?
And boy,
Why Newcastle?
yeah, boy,
No,
he's
no,
clutch,
man.
you know.
Anywhere.
Bro,
Yeah,
Van
of
der Beek's a
course.
good
Van
player,
der
man.
Have you
Beek
seen
is
enough?
cool.
Have you seen
Really
enough?
good player.
Don't let
Yeah,
Solskjaer. Don't let
Solskjaer's
Solskjaer
done it
fool
to me. I
you.
can't lie to you.
Ajax, he was the
Solskjaer's benched
Don't
him
let
so much.
Solskjaer fool you. Don't
Solskjaer's
let.
benched him so much that I think he's dead.
Nah, man. Solskjaer's a dead manager. That's
Solskjaer's
the
a dead
problem.
manager. That's what it
Bro,
is.
Van der Beek at Ajax, he was doing a lot.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Problem.
Yeah.
And that's how you
Champions
show
League.
that Solskjaer is not a good manager. He can't manage Van der Beek into the play. He doesn't know how to utilize a player like that because he
Literally.
doesn't have the tactical
what?
ability to figure that one out.
You know what is if it's cool, like if you don't like a player, it's cool. Like some managers just don't like players, but we can all see a problem and you don't want to fix it. And the guy is there. That's
Yeah,
the
he's right there.
It's not even that you don't like the guy because it's all right. Like so Alex didn't like a lot of guys. Like top managers, sometimes you just don't like a player. Zidane hated Bell, hated him. Like it just goes like that sometimes.
But he still played him when he needed to.
But everyone knows he's better than McFred.
That's where you tuck your ego because at a certain point, Zidane was like, man, all right, if it's not Ronaldo, we need something else. And Bell come on and he'll do bits. But Solskjaer is hell bent on this Fred and McTominay thing.
He's hell bent.
They need. Yeah, go on.
I was just gonna, like, he said he's gonna change his diet. Like the guy went and changed his diet in August just to play.
At this point, I think we can all say
he was already fit.
He was already fit.
He was
already fit.
At this point, I think it's kind of like a Cinderella story, man. You got the ugly twins. I think it's bullying. It's bullying at this point. It's bullying.
It's a Cinderella story.
It's like a Cinderella story. He's bullying at this point.
Yo, that's bad still.
It's just idiocy, like, because bro, like, the problem is like we can look at the problem. Fred can't pass the ball 2 yards. McTominay is better than Fred, but still not great. And then you've got someone who can actually pass between the lines on the bench.
Yeah, and run.
What? Yeah, like what is your
and make tackles when he needs?
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
And you don't even need to change Pogba's position because Pogba is clearly better where he's playing. Like, when he's not in the middle. Like leave Pogba alone over there and just let him create. He's like a guy with a blank canvas. But Fred and McTominay, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's bad still. Donny van der Beek is actually a good player. He was on the Ballon d'Or shortlist for 2019 when he was at Ajax. Ole's just doing a madness. Like, Ole's just
playing kickball
mad.
and that.
Bro, it's mad, bro. Literally, man's throwing gum, you know. Man's throwing gum. That's how bad said kickball. That's how bad it's got. That's man. God, poor Van der Beek, man. But yeah, Jeff, man, what's your prediction? Leicester United, bro. What you said?
For the reasons that you guys named, like Soyuncu, he's actually been in bad form since the start of the pandemic. Like, it's been a long time now. Like, I can't even give him any bail. Like, it's been, when did football come back? Like April 2020 or May 20, something like that. He's been in bad form since then. Like, he's been bad. But yeah, man, Leicester are struggling, man. Like, Maddison is benched, it looks like. He can't get a game. They don't know that they're struggling to get the ball to Vardy. He's just lucky Vardy's such a good finisher that he just scores every time. But maybe they're good with Iheanacho and Vardy. So if they play both of those against Bailly and Lindelof, then might be a tough afternoon for Bailly and Lindelof. And I like them both. I think they may be a better partnership at the moment than a Maguire and a Varane, because that partnership just hasn't clicked yet from what we've seen. But yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 United. I think Rashford may play a part in that game. Like, he might come off the bench, look like he's back from his shoulder problem. United have enough quality to get the win. I do think Leicester will give him a lot to think about, though. So the Ollie hate isn't going to stop, unfortunately.
Nah, that's never going to. If it ever stops, it's always temporary.
Yeah.
Always,
2 games
always
and it's back with vengeance too.
Unfortunately, it's that vicious cycle. Wenger got into that at one stage where it was too late. Wenger could go on a 6-match winning streak, first draw, back to normal. And with Ole, it's been like that for a while now. So it's just a matter of just winding down until he eventually gets sacked. We all know it's going to happen. It's just a case of how bad it has to get for United. But yeah, I'm going to go. That's that?
That the same thing as Mikel, do you think? Like, you got a certain section of the fans said, "No, you can win the Prem, I still not like her."
Mikel's close to that.
I think he's there. I think
he might even be there. He might even be there.
I think a lot of fans
definitely close.
They made their decision and be like, "You're not the guy for us, so we're just gonna wait until you leave." Which is like it's just like you can't be angry. Literally.
But yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1 United as well. I think Leicester just make too many individual mistakes at the back at the moment, and I think Leicester will actually probably end up playing better this game and have more chances, but they'll just give it away. That's what they've been doing. So I can see them doing that. But I was gonna ask. I saw something interesting over the international break. I actually think this is actually quite an easy answer, but because of the 2 players, I think that's why the question is interesting. Who's had a better career, Kane or Vardy?
Vardy.
Only Vardy.
Yeah.
No, just like Kane's like, I'm not gonna like. You can score all the Premier League goals you want. Vardy's goals have amounted to something. Like he's won a league title.
But that's why it's a funny question, because Kane's better, but career-wise, it's not tough. It's not hard at all.
Vardy did everything on his own terms. He said no to Arsenal. He quit the England team whenever he felt. Like, he just said, "You know what? I'm done. Forget it." Like, they asked him to come back. He said, "Nah, forget it. Like, I'm happy here." And he still beats 20 goals a year.
Yeah.
He put that record. He put that record as well. And managed to win
11 games in a row. Won the league at Leicester.
Vardy's a certified Prem legend.
Facts.
They've got the League Cup and the FA Cup as well, don't they?
Yeah, he's got the FA Cup too. Yeah, he's got the FA Cup. I don't know if he's got League Cup.
Didn't they get the League Cup the season? Didn't they get the League Cup the season after they won the league?
No, they got it last season.
No,
I think a Community Shield.
Or was it the FA Cup?
FA Cup.
They won the FA Cup last year.
Last season,
but they won the Community Shield the year. They just won the Community Shield this year.
I don't think
That's
they
free.
won the league.
That's
I
free.
don't think they won the League Cup. But still,
But that's free.
Prem,
That's free.
FA Cup,
Competitions.
Community Shield.
Competition.
I don't usually count Community Shield, but for a team like Leicester, I feel like
I
I'm
do.
inclined.
It all matters for Leicester.
I do.
It all matters for Leicester. They had those shameless Arsenal fans like Jalil that will count the Community Shield.
And Jose Mourinho.
And Jose Mourinho, the biggest.
The treble,
that guy, the guy. Oh man, the guy is shameless. Yeah, they did. Oh man.
Oh, that's actually funny.
Big up CJ. Vardy's story is just different gravy. Who would you rather watch a documentary on, Vardy or Harry No Trophy Kane?
Vardy. I want to know what Vardy. They both came in the same way. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no, but Vardy really came up. Vardy really came up.
Vardy worked. He went the Ian Wright way. Like, he went the long way, the scenic route to make it into Premier League football. Like Fleetwood Town. What's the team he played for before them? Some random. I don't even know if that's an actual.
Was it Ebbsfleet?
Nah, let me find the team name.
Well, yeah, man, big up Vardy though.
He was on the bench. He was on the bench with Kane as well, wasn't he? At one point in the Prem, they were both on the bench. There was a picture of both of them being on the bench.
Oh, that must have been like when he were both at Leicester for a bit. And he just signed for Leicester, and Harry Kane was on loan at Leicester, so that's where that came from. But before then, Vardy was at Fleetwood Town, but Harry Kane was at Tottenham's academy. Like, Vardy's come up is different.
They played for Stocksbridge Park Steels. I don't know what that is. Bro, he was working hard.
Yeah, he grinded. Big up Vardy still. Hey, but yeah, man. But all right, listen, let's round up the fixtures. Let's start off with like Watford, Liverpool. Obviously Watford back again with a tradition of sacking a manager after 7 games for no reason. Even though their squad is dead, I don't know what they expect. Ranieri gets another job. I don't know how.
Shout out to Ranieri.
Yeah. Man just
ridiculous. That's why I wanted him sacked the last time. Because you got no respect for anyone's time.
No respect. Well, do you know how many good managers they've had? They're like, get the hell out of here.
Not too much.
Do it here. Get out of here.
They hired a manager, they sacked him, and then like 2 years later, they brought him back.
They rehired him and sacked him.
There was my man's name, Cuco Flores or something like that.
Yeah.
But Kiko such a
that treat flipping managers like girlfriends, bro. Hey, maybe it will work again, you know. And then I've changed.
Trust me. Hey, they're on their usual nonsense, bro. Hey, nah, but all right. So what we say? Watford, Liverpool. Obviously, Watford at home. Liverpool on fire, playing well. Salah playing amazing. I think this all points to one direction, really. What are you saying, Gino? Where are you going with this game?
Nice and sweet, man. They've got a full set team. Is Trent back? Anyone know?
Let me check. Should be back though.
They haven't missed him. They haven't missed him. If anything, they look better at the back. I'm playing. I'm playing shit. I was taking digs. Yeah, I know. I was trying to summon that guy for time.
Summon him, you know.
Virgil van Dijk is the best. Don't worry, I'm gonna slaughter his name, man. Yeah, but sorry, is he back?
No,
Trent is back. No, Trent. I'm looking at here. It says Trent's back, but Alisson and Fabinho are both out.
Curtis Jones too. Thiago still out.
Wait, does that mean Adrian in goal?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
A minute.
Yeah.
Fabinho out is big still.
Yeah.
Fabinho is a big loss, bro.
Who's Watford really got though?
That's the thing. Good. Yeah.
No, they got Sar's banging for them at the moment.
Oh, yeah,
Sar's good.
They got Sar.
They still got Tom Cleverley.
They've got yeah, they do actually. I think
they do actually.
They've got that forward as well. That's doing. They've got those 2 forwards that are doing not too bad as well, man. Last time Liverpool went down there, it wasn't a nice visit. I swear, didn't Watford slap them up?
Yeah, they did 3-0.
2 seasons ago. Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Saar did it too.
Yeah. It was like one of their last game of seasons or something like that. I think it was like that. But yeah.
On them.
All right, sweet. So I'm gonna go again without Trent. They're still gonna get goals. Salah proving why he's one of the best in the league. You got Mane hungry as well. Good competition there. It just makes sense to go for 3-0. If I'm honest.
Oh,
okay.
What? Like it won't happen?
No, it didn't happen. Of course, no. I wasn't expecting that. Still.
You made it sound like I said something wild.
But hey, last time Jalil made a prediction like that, it was like what? Liverpool to beat Brentford 3-0 or something like that?
Yeah.
Last time Jalil made that type of prediction.
Oh, yeah.
So,
when I got onto Jeff and Rash, I was like, you
were getting onto
I
them.
must have come out from nowhere. They didn't expect to see me since they saw that. That's a lot of the whole stream as well.
Nah, big up CJ. Good point. Last time Liverpool played Watford, they ended the undefeated streak. You know what? That might mean Liverpool out for this still. I can't lie. What are you saying, Rash? What's your prediction for this game?
My prediction is Salah, bruv. Salah. Steady, consistent Salah, bruv. That's what I predict. But at the same time, I've been kind of like I've been wanting Watford to do well, but I've been saying they're gonna lose, and they've been winning every time I say they're losing. So I'm kind of conflicted whether to put it as a 2-2 draw or a 2-1 victory to Liverpool. Neither here nor there in regards to it. But just for the sake of Liverpool's status, I'm gonna say Liverpool win 2-1.
All right, 2-1 Liverpool. Jeff, what are you saying?
Liverpool 6-1.
Oh, you gone
6-1, yeah?
I hope Watford get punished for hiring a second manager. Like, this is a game. Stop hiring managers to stop.
You just want Ranieri to get slapped in his first game and get sacked after the first game. Jeff wants Ranieri sacked.
Bro, I hate teams that do that. Like, what do you think you're doing?
It's true.
You know the worst thing about Watford's recent sacking is they sacked him so quickly. I didn't even get time to know who the hell he actually was.
Bro.
Yeah. But
who even got sacked? What is his name? Does anyone know?
No, I have no clue.
What was his name?
Which one was it? I forgot which one it was.
Boy, let me see.
I don't even keep up, man. Like, it's madness at this point.
His name was Hisco Munoz.
Never knew
Who's that? Yeah, all right, cool. Yeah, big up to him anyway, man.
Yeah, 6-1. I want them to be punished. I need them out of the league. I hate teams that treat their manager like that. You just sack anybody.
All right, I think Watford will get relegated.
Rash, back your team, bro.
No, man. I support Watford girls, man. What's wrong with you? Not Watford girls. I support Watford girls reserves. You know what I'm trying to say? Shout out to the reserve team. You're doing great. Keep it up. You know what I'm saying? That's who I follow. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
hey, big up Watford girls reserves still, man.
Yes.
All right, I'm going 3-1 Liverpool as well, man. I can't lie. Watford will get pammed this game, I reckon. Man City Burnley. What are we saying? Jalil, what are you saying? Man City Burnley at the Etihad.
King of the low block teams versus one of the most creative teams we've seen in a long time. I'm not going to say too much about it. Hopefully Sterling gets back on. Hopefully that what he said didn't affect him too tough, but you know how things go. Let's go Burnley 0, City 2.
It's at City's ground.
City 2, Burnley 0.
Okay, cool. Rash?
5-0 City.
That's
I see them getting slapped about. What are you doing here? Get out of here. That's what I can see right about there. 5-0 slapping. What are you saying?
To be fair, I was conflicted between 3, 4, and 5. I'm gonna be conservative. I'm gonna go 4-0. What are you going for, Jeff?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 4 as well. Burnley.
Wait,
punched up. Like, they even won it.
So they're gonna get slammed. They're gonna get slammed.
Punched up.
Wow.
Sterling's gonna start as well. Watch Sterling score.
Yeah.
You probably will as well. You know, you sure you don't want to change.
Do you know what? I was speaking today. Yeah. I was speaking today. Long time I was gonna leave the show, man, because.
That was good.
I know predictions were wild. Man saying 6-1 Liverpool, 4-0, 5-0, bruv. You not expecting bare goals. You know these are low block teams. Like Watford could get down as well, you know. And Burnley definitely get down if they need to.
Burnley are getting slapped.
Burnley are spending 90 minutes in their own box.
Trust me. And to still get slapped, Jeff.
All you're gonna hear is turn and face. That's what you're gonna hear. Yeah. Yeah. Turn and face. That's what you're gonna hear, bro. Yeah, because they're gonna be defending all game.
Yeah, as CJ said, always ends up 5-0 to City when they touch the Etihad. I think last 3 times Burnley have been Etihad, it's been 5-0, 5-0, 5-0.
Oh, has it?
Yeah. You sure you want to change, you know?
Actually, let me change my score. I said 8-0.
Hey. Oh,
I'm staying with 2-0, man. I'm staying with 2-0.
Hey, you might be right. You might be right, bro.
You might be right.
All right.
Oh, it's petty. You might be right. Trying to make me feel better than shit.
All right. Brentford, Chelsea. What we saying? Last game. Brentford, Chelsea. What we saying? That's actually a good game.
That's a good game.
That's a good game. Do you know what you saying? Brentford, Chelsea.
Yeah, Brentford's getting slapped, man. They've got Chelsea's got something to prove, man, because they haven't been as convincing as I've been saying at the beginning of the season. And that defensively, they've been doing the business, man. They've got a few good defenders there and everything. Midfield doing the business. Haven't really seen. Do you know who I want to see? It's that Slough fella. What's his name from Atletico? Slough.
Saul.
Saul. Yeah, I want to see.
It's gonna take some time, man.
Yeah.
Give him until like February. They're gonna treat him like Fabinho when he first came to Liverpool. It's gonna take some time.
Yeah. Facts. Yeah, I think I faced the reality of that one, man. I was looking forward to seeing him. But yeah, man, I think plain and simple, Chelsea 3, Brentford 1.
Okay, convincing win for Chelsea. Okay, Rash, what are you saying?
Lukaku's gonna want to get on the score sheet because he hasn't been firing lately. I know he's probably thinking about that, so he's definitely going to be up for the game. I think Chelsea have got the attacking force to really put some pressure on them. You know, I think this might be Brentford's only game where they're going to be pinned back quite a bit. Do you know what I mean? Just because of the style of Chelsea's play. Do you know what I mean? But they are Brentford and they are good. Do you know what I'm trying to say? They are doing well. I think they'll give it a good game, but I think Chelsea will win 2-1.
Yeah, I got 2-1 Chelsea as well. I think it'll be a good game. What are you saying, Jeff?
I think maybe 2-0 Chelsea. Actually, no. Because Lukaku might not play, right? So.
Oh yeah, is he injured?
He's got like muscle soreness.
Shit.
So he might not. Maybe 1-0. 1-0, I think.
1-0 Chelsea. It'll be a good game though. Well, Brentford got a really good win against West Ham before the international break. Actually, that last minute win was good.
Brentford they're gonna put a thorn in a lot of team sides. Even if they still get relegated, they're just gonna upset teams. They're just gonna make it difficult.
Yeah, I don't think they get relegated though. I can't lie because Norwich are down. I think Norwich are down. I think Watford will go, and then I don't know, man. Burnley, Southampton, them teams, they're not convincing me right now. I'm surprised about Burnley though. I still feel like they'll get out. Burnley always do, man. I hope they go down every year, but
they'll get out. Norwich, Norwich should do. See, on Football Manager, when you just simulate games, that's what they should do. There's no point. Like there's literally no point. You're just turning up to get slapped about and go home.
Yeah,
man. It's actually that's not even a bad point. But yeah, man. Big ups, EJ. Potentially match of the weekend. Brentford ain't no marks, but Chelsea got too much quality, and I'm sure they've analysed that 3-3 game between them and Liverpool. That's a great point. They probably would have Tuchel wouldn't let that slide and get caught out by surprise. And Chelsea are a bit more sturdy in terms of how they set up than Liverpool. So I think it'll be a much tighter contest, but I still think it could be a very good game. That and the Leicester game could be the games of the weekend, the Leicester United game. So, well, it'll be interesting still. But yeah, man, that's been the prediction show. Been very good to get back into the swing of things. Look forward to having Premier League football back. It feels like it's been a while. And yeah, it'll be good on Monday, depending on everything that's going on. Obviously, Jalil's going to be at the Emirates. So he might be able to join us live from the Emirates from the box next to Wilshire.
I will be there.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So it'll be good. And yeah, man. Should be a good weekend of football. People, make sure to smash the likes. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, share. Make sure you spread the message about Real Ball Talk. And yeah, but before we head off, as always, we'll leave some final words for Rash before we head off.
I just want to use this time to say condolences to a dear friend of mine. I lost a very close friend, Leroy Mitchell, known on the ends as Remo. He was tragically taken from us at the beginning of the month. Didn't deserve anything like that. He was a very stand-up guy, very respected, good morals, you know what I mean? Everyone loved him, showed respect whenever he was around anyone's parents or anything like that. He was a family man, had children. He's left behind 3 kids and a missus, you know what I'm trying to say. His brothers devastated, his mother's devastated, his sisters devastated. We're all devastated, but you're gone. Won't ever be forgotten. Enough love. Remember, everybody, love always wins. Let's keep the peace.
Yeah, man. Beautifully said. Tragic news. Rest in peace to Leroy. Thoughts with him and his family. Obviously, yourself too, Rash. And yeah, man. Love always wins, and let's make sure that stays the message. But we'll be back on Monday, people. And yeah, have a good weekend. Until then, peace and love, and we're out. Peace.
So,
Peace.